traditional lighthearted Disney film? It doesn't. Now there is nothing wrong with that. The conflicts created make for powerful storytelling. However, shouldn't the parents have tried talking with their daughter to help her learn how to control her powers? Worked for Superman, why not Elsa?
Long live the king.
Trampled to death. There are few more harrowing moments in Disney's arsenal than the legendary tear-jerking incident in The Lion King. After tricking young Simba into creating a stampeding herd of antelope in the valley, Scar alerts Mufasa. Mufasa, worried for his son, listens to his brother Scar. Mufasa saves Simba and is left hanging precariously from the edge of a cliff. Scar digs his claws into Mufasa's paws, gripping the ledge, and sends his brother to his death. Mufasa is trampled by the wildebeest, and not a dry eye in the theater exists. Betrayed by your brother and sent to a horrible death. What could be more horrible than this? How about what led up to Scar betraying his brother? Consider the evidence. Scar is beyond mistreated for years prior to this. His identity stripped and defined by the disfigurement from an accident. No longer treated as a normal citizen, and even his brother only refers to him as Scar. Any achievements reached are shadowed by his aesthetic look. Would you not become bittered by a society who fails to see past your exterior and take notice of who you truly are?
What am I going to do with him?
He'd make a very handsome throw rug.
Zazu.
Dare we say Scar is no villain but a tragic hero, abandoned by those who should love him?
No.
Devastating opening montage. The Pixar team are masterminds at habitually manipulating our emotions. Their psychological, innovative storytelling techniques delivered one of the filmmaker's most critically devastating opening montage in Up. The opening is a heart-wrenching roller coaster encapsulating the entire life spent between the main character Carl and his soulmate Ellie. The audience witnesses as the two grow happily old together. But then the Pixar team lays a crippling blow when Ellie passes and leaves us with a sadly stoic, widowed Carl. Viewers around the world filled theaters with a flood of tears and sobbing cries. The best part, or worst depending on how you see it, is this all happened within a few minutes of the film starting. Honestly though, we can't hold much of a grudge for their cruel use of storytelling magic because there was no other way for a story like this to be told. As always though, you must put whatever your faith is in the Pixar team to always do us a solid with a great story. In the end of the film, the tragedy of Carl from the beginning is what makes his later joy and adventure in the movie so powerfully poignant.
I'm going to school.
School. Ah, yes. Then you haven't heard of the easy road to success.
Pleasure Island. There's not many people who don't know the story of Pinocchio, an animated puppet who goes on an adventure and learns how to be a real boy. A simple story packed with morals and high ground values, but embedded deep in the structure and imagery is a bleak, sinister tale. Early in the movie, Pinocchio is kidnapped by a gypsy. Think about that. Pinocchio is a child for all intents and purposes, who was kidnapped. Imagine if this happened to you or your child. You'd be traumatized and in need of major psychoanalysis. Later, he is locked in a cage and crying for his father. That's just cruel, inhumane behavior and beyond heart-wrenching. Then there's Pleasure Island, which enslaves children by magically turning them into donkeys and having them work the salt mines. From the moment the kids get off the boat, the old man lurking in the background should have been a clue to hightail it out of there. He stares creepily at the kids with a maniacal grin on his face. Who put this guy in charge anyways?
Yeah.
Next time you talk about how lighthearted and morally righteous this film is at teaching kids not to lie, remember that old guy.
Go to full autopilot, take control of everything, and do not return to Earth.
No hope for humanity. There is truly no better or worse viewpoint on the fate of humanity than how it is presented in Disney's 2008 WALL-E. Prior to its release, the Disney and Pixar team had created 8 films. These films were about adorable, hilarious, and talkative toys, monsters, fish, cars, rats, and superheroes. With the release of WALL-E, the team really took a chance with the subversive dystopian storyline. Not to mention the almost entirely silent first act surround a quirky little robot. No one knew if this was going to work or not. In the end, it received critical acclaim and earned more than $500 million in revenue worldwide. But it wasn't all roses for the team. There was backlash from how the film delivered messages regarding the belief of consumerism and the world's current environmental path. The story's premise is based up a futuristic world where humans had to leave Earth because of the insane amount of garbage which had piled up. But they didn't stop there. The humans continued their gluttonous ways by designing a fully automated world so all they have to do is sit, eat, and grow morbidly obese. Get the shotgun. In the long history of Disney's attempts to pull on the heartstrings of the world, there is no better example than their 1957 tale, Old Yeller. Yeah, we're bringing this one back. This year marks its 60th anniversary, and still to this day, everyone knows the film. Most of you viewers out there have never even seen this film, but we guarantee almost every single one of you know the ending. A story of a teenager who grows to love a stray golden dog. But if by chance you have never seen this film, we urge you to skip this section and watch it today. Spoiler alert. Old Yeller is a good-for-nothing mutt, taken in, loved, and nurtured by a young boy. We fall in love with the two, and everything is perfect after Old Yeller saves the boy from a wolf attack. Unfortunately, the dog contracts rabies, and since this is a time period without readily available medicine, Yeller is put down. It's an unspoken rule in storytelling that you never intentionally harm or kill an animal, especially man's best friend. To be fair, Disney did have an important lesson for children and adults. Sooner or later, everything you love will come to an end. Dipped in toxic waste. Most Disney fans forget about a little-known film they made back in 1988 called Who Framed Roger Rabbit. There is also an entire section of Disneyland devoted to the characters and world created. It was even nominated for 7 Academy Awards and won 4 Oscars. A big factor is Disney does not market it as they do their other films. These days they are trying to steer clear of this type of publicity. It's hard enough to placate fans over a few frames of 2 guys dancing together in the new live-action Beauty and the Beast. Imagine trying to deal with the outlash from the giant cleavage, foul-mouthed characters, and devilish plots.
I've been trying to make him quit, but he just won't listen to me.
One of the more darkest moments in the film comes when the evil villain demonstrates how he wants to rid the world of tunes. He grabs a shoe and dangles it, a vat of bubbling toxic waste. But this is no ordinary shoe. This is Toon Shoe, a minor character who has eyes, a mouth, and communicates by squeaking. The shoe obviously has a family, friends, and feelings. That doesn't stop the villain from slowly melting this creature alive. Shoe or not, that is just cruel.
Well, what's this?
Pecked to death. Parents and children around the world should have received a warning before watching Pixar's 1998 A Bug's Life. Yes, the film set new standards in computer animation, but set a new standard with one of the scariest Disney villain deaths we have ever seen. With any Pixar film, you can guarantee yourself to be in for a suspenseful story, but this one takes it to the extreme. The movie overall is a cute animated tale about finding your own voice and standing up for yourself and loved ones against bullies and oppressors. There are a lot of silly and fun scenes between the bugs. However, there are also scenes with some mild danger and a few scary bugs like the scowling, threatening grasshoppers. These power-hungry grasshoppers loom over and swarm a colony of vulnerable ants. At the end of the film, Hopper, the main oppressor bug, is face-to-face with the hero Flick. Hopper grabs Flick's throat and is about to take his life when a bird from above plucks Hopper from the ground. The bird then flies him over to its hatchlings and feed him to them, alive. This moment had children gasping and adults closing their own eyes. The film is rated G, but we are guessing there is an NC-rated version in the Pixar vault.
All right. Pour the wine and cut the cheese.
Hunchback of Notre Dame. Of all the Disney evil villains, Judge Claude Frollo from 1996's The Hunchback of Notre Dame is the most nefarious. This character has no redeeming qualities and starts off by murdering a mother. To make matters worse, the mother has a newborn infant who is the main character, Quasimodo. He is about to kill the baby, but is somehow guilt-tripped into caring for the deformed child. Like this makes what just happened any better, Disney? Did you think that just because Frollo spares the child's life, we're going to forget what happened to his mother? To add salt to the wound, Frollo then essentially enslaves Quasimodo to live in a cathedral far away from the public view. Jeez, what a start to a lighthearted film, huh? But wait, it doesn't stop there. Frollo is a full hate for gypsies. No real reason is given other than he views all of them as impure and condemns to have them all slaughtered. However, Disney does not award Frollo and his behavior. At the end, Frollo falls from a balcony into molten lava. Moana. Disney's 2016 Moana is a female empowering storyline which pays tribute to the Polynesian culture. The film overall is not dark, but just as in most Disney films, it has its moments. What starts as an innocent session of story time with Moana's grandmother quickly turns into a tale of death and destruction. Where is the line between telling the tale of a great legend and plain old terrifying children for your own personal gain? She knows exactly what she is doing. These poor, sweet, innocent kids are going to grow up traumatized and paranoid. No corner will they pass without first stopping and slowly peeking around the corner to ensure no danger lurks. On top of all this, Disney is subtly teaching older siblings it is perfectly okay to torment those younger than you, as if the eldest sibling didn't already have enough power over your life. We suggest if you have any older brothers or sisters who have not yet seen Moana, you can skip that scene. What do you think of these dark moments? Can you think of darker ones? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and share this video. Thank you for watching. Oh, and here is the answer to the emoji.